So, what would you like to say about love and heartbreak in that context? To you?
I think we live in a world today where everything's very quick to form and everything's very quick to break. We live in a world of instant gratification.
Yeah.
We live in a world where we don't have patience to stand in a queue to buy something because we just order it online.
Yeah.
We live in a world where I can't wait for a coffee to get ready because I can go and put it in a slot machine and get a cup of coffee. There's no patience. And it's not an issue with youngsters or older people, it's a generational issue. It's an issue, technology has added so much value to our lives, but it's also taken away things from us. A virtue is a part of you and it applies to every aspect of your life. A virtue is agnostic. It applies to any aspect of your life, positive, negative, both. You know? So I see a lot of times that things like, it's like love at first sight and divorce at first fight. Break up at first fight. Finished. Before marriage, it's like roses are red and the sky is blue, you're my sweetheart, I love you kind of stuff. And after a while, it's roses are dead and I am blue, you're my headache, I'll kill you. You can imagine. There's no, patience to work on it.
Yeah.
When you grow a plant, it takes patience. To sow the seed, you have to nurture it, you have to use the right kind of fertilizers, you have to water it before it starts bearing fruits or flowers. A relationship is like a plant. Can't expect it to happen overnight. Can't expect it to happen in 6 months or 8 months or 10 months. It's a journey. And it takes a while for a bonding to form. It takes a while for that respect to develop. The connection of your soulmate, is not about some physical stuff. Physical stuff is a consequence of that being a soulmate. It's not the purpose of being a soulmate.
Yeah.
But over a period of time, believe me, the heart starts yearning for companionship.
What is a soulmate? Who is a soulmate?
What questions to a monk?
Just winging it at this point.
What is a soulmate? Who is a soulmate? Soulmates are those where you find these virtues existent. Number one, at least the journey of exploring if this is my soulmate begins when you see this.
Yeah.
Not just the euphoria of the physical attraction. Oh, this is beautiful, he's handsome. Look at his biceps, look at her looks. No, that's not what, it's all the initial and that's okay. But that's what it's come down to. How much money do you earn? Where do you live? How much freedom do you give me? How do you give me my space? Am I meant to live with your family or not? Are we going to have our own space? Are you going to allow me to do what I want? This is the beginning of a conversation where soulmate. How do you find a soulmate when this is the beginning of a conversation?
Yeah.
So when you're talking about a soulmate, respect, consideration, adjustment, sacrifices, compromise, when you see somebody making you feel more important than seeking importance, you know that this man has something or this lady has something that is very different from others. Everybody wants to feel important. But when they make you feel important and valued, when they make you feel appreciated, you know that there's something in this individual that others don't. Possible to at least see, this is my soulmate.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is resonance. Resonance in the heart. The heart connects. It's not a formula. These are things that you can see as a formula. If you tell me I can give you a talk on why I chose this path, but it still won't really summarize and succinctly be able to explain to you why I did it, what I did. It's something that resonated deep within my soul. So yes, there are certain things that we should be looking for externally. We should also be listening to that voice. Once we find them, those things that we value a lot, we should be listening to that voice inside to see how it resonates with us. बाहर से तो मिल गया कि ये बंदा सही है, बंदी सही है. They have good values in a relationship. But now it's a question of inner compatibility, the soul compatibility. It takes a while before we feel that. And once you feel it, you know this is the person.
Wow.
And even after you find that person, it's not that there won't be differences.
Yeah,
And all
yeah.
that journey still continues. But because it's a soulmate and because it's such commitment and dedication, you're willing to take it in your stride and work on it and move on.
Yeah. And
Like my path.
Yeah.
No divorce yet.
Yeah.
Still going. Good relationship. I'm in a happy relationship. Very happy relationship.
And the last question for spirituality for the youth. How does the youth incorporate spirituality in this busy life
Right.
and not feel like it's mundane or boring
Right.
or draining?
Correct. At my funeral, when I die, nobody's going to say that I was a star. Nobody's going to say that I had a big house or a big fancy cars or this. Nobody's going to say that. What people will talk about was how I was as a human being. And what people are going to talk about is how I lived my life like a human being. There in the grave, nothing matters. But we run around so much. I must say this is my favorite. There was a great shair called Bashar. In Hindi, he said something very interesting. He said, उन्हें कामयाबी में सुकून नजर आया, सक्सेस में पीस. उन्हें कामयाबी में सुकून नजर आया तो वो भागते गए कामयाब होने के लिए. हमें सुकून में कामयाबी नजर आई. We found success in peace. उन्हें कामयाबी में सुकून नजर आया तो वो भागते गए. हमें सुकून में कामयाबी नजर आई तो हम ठहर गए. इन सब चीजों के पीछे तू क्या कर रहा है बशर? इतना तो जीना भी नहीं है जितना तू मर रहा है बशर.
Wow.
How much running and aggression, hustling is the word today.
Hustle.
Hustling to get there. And one day, people won't talk about it all. What people will talk about is how you lived your life. So I'm not against hustling. Obviously not. I talk about how to achieve in many of my seminars and corporate workshops. I talk about how to achieve those numbers and get up there. I'm not against that. I'm saying while you hustle, while you do that, do not compromise with those aspects of life that mean the most to living. What you earn gives you a standard of living. How you live enhances your standard of life. And making a living and making a life are two different things.
Yeah.
Two different things. You need to live your life, not just make a living. And which is precisely why I know it's a busy life. We know it's a very competitive world. We know that we are all in a massive rat race. And there are big rats out there.
Yeah.
It's a massive rat race with big rats competing against big rats. What do you do to incorporate a little bit of spirituality? Number one, at least understand that we need to prioritize other things as well. I may or may not have the time right now, but I live in awareness as I need to as soon as I have the time.
Yeah.
That awareness needs to be cultivated. Number two is watch all the content you consume. Whether it's your online content, whether it's the books you read, the movies you watch, choose content that will add some spiritual value in the busy life that you're leading. Well, have your entertainment, no doubt. Have your entertainment. But also choose that content which doesn't pull you down, which lifts you up.
Yeah.
Number three is at least have one individual who prioritizes spirituality as your friend too. May not be the closest friend, but just that accountability partner to remind you, to give you that reminder. Right? Number four is just start living a little bit in mindfulness. And living in mindfulness, I don't even mean like meditate or anything at the moment. I just requesting everybody who's watching, all the youngsters who are watching, just do one thing, if you can. One meal a day, just no talking, no phone, no nothing. Just eat. And what you're doing by eating is just be present. That's it. Just be present. Relish your food, just be completely there. What you're doing is you're tapping into the power of now. And number five, We've come up with an app called Monkeyfy,
Yeah.
along with Energize Your Mind, which is all about this. To enter into that space of calm, to enter into that space of meditation, to enter into the people having trouble sleeping. How do you just calm down, unwind on a busy day? Take 5 minutes off. 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 10 minutes is not too much to ask, to be honest. In 24 hours, if I can just dedicate 10 minutes to my own life, 15 minutes to my own life, isn't that too much to ask? You should do that.
Amazing. Thank you so
Thank
much.